Welcome to a special edition of the Type 15 podcast. It may actually stick to our designated time frame for once. The turnaround between game week 12 and game week 13 is less than 48 hours. But we are recording this episode because we know, like an ice cold schooner from the tap of the Bayview on a Friday afternoon, you just can't live without it. Joining me as always, Marcus Tripodi and Tom Mulheron. How are you guys?
Good this week.
Tops.
Yeah.
That was an underwhelming Tops, Marcus.
Oh, no, I'm feeling great. My life outside of fantasy is flying.
You're 1 year older. You celebrated a birthday.
Had a birthday, had a bucks. Just living dreams, kicking goals.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Just haven't been checking the phone as much,
Yeah.
No, I've genuinely been trying to be winning, and I'm not winning. I'm like getting worse.
Oh wow, that's great. Genuinely trying to be winning, and I'm not winning. Our special guest this week, Sam Mears. Welcome, Sam.
Hello,
Hey,
happy to
Sam.
be here.
Sam, are you a big fan of the pod?
I'm a big fan of the pod, actually. I listen to it a lot. Used to listen to it on the way to uni. It's
Yes, we
good.
love that.
That's nice.
You're already our favourite Mears because when we asked Bailey to come on, he said he hadn't seen an episode yet. So
What turned you onto it?
I just saw it, like the notification pop up one day in the WhatsApp, and I'm like, I'm sitting on a bus, I'm not doing anything. I was like, I'll give it a listen, and I was hooked since then.
What-
yeah.
Yes.
What episode was
that?
it? What episode was it?
Oh, it was one with it was one with like either a league card right or a parlay or something. It was one of those. It was like
those
a
tiered.
It was. I think it might have been the fourth one. I feel like.
Yeah.
But
Who's
can't
been your
remember.
favourite guest so far, Sam?
Ooh. I liked Lucas's one. I thought that was a funny one.
Yeah.
The one last week was good as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Bailey's one, obviously. There's a bit of my name was in there a little bit, so there's a lot to listen to.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
it's good.
That's great. That's great. Well, we're stoked to have you here tonight, Sam. Let's start, as we always do, with the head-to-head review, looking back at game week 12. What a week. What a fantastic week it was. A week that registered a solid 10 on the Parlay Exciter meter. A week that began with birthdays and everyone trying to guess just what Brian was trying to show us on his phone. A week that saw Dan Baker consult the FPL Brains Trust in search of stardom. A week where uni assignments threatened to get the best of Tom's FPL team. A week where Nikolai continued his one-man campaign against the early payout. A week where Bailey Mears channeled his inner David and took down another Goliath. And Sam Mears kissed the bald head of Oriel Romeu for the second time this season.
No.
Oh,
A week
love it.
where the merits of placing Lucas inside the Big Four was discussed after another upset in the feature match. And finally, a week that ended with Dan Baker registering the 14,000th highest score in the world this week. Well done, Dan Baker.
That was huge.
What a week it was.
What a week. Does that get him a prize pack?
It does.
14,000.
Yeah, you get a Christmas ham.
They'll send you. They send you FIFA 21. Top
Oh,
14,000.
baby.
Good prize. It's been an incredible game week 12. Marcus, over to you for our stat of the week.
Oh wow, early into the stat. So pretty basic. Lucas and I, we got our first bottom three scores. From what Bailey was saying about it, I thought it'd be a lot more fun. It actually feels really bad. That feels right. So yeah, I was going to point out some bottom scores, but I've found what's more interesting and a bit more Christmassy in terms of thinking about us playing the game together and all the nice things that come with Christmas is rather than single out an individual dunce performance, was to talk about how we're going as a Milady League. So if you look at the top 10 scores across the whole season and the bottom 10 scores of the whole season across all the managers, in the last 6 weeks, we've only had 2 of the 10 top 10 scores and 2 of the 10 bottom 10 scores. So that was just like an interesting thing that came up. So basically, early on in the season, if you look at every single game week and you pick out the top 10 scores across any game week, most of them are happening in the first half of the season.
Ooh.
So that's not, and it doesn't mean anything particular because it might just be, as you remember, there was that one game week where was really, really low scoring. So obviously we got a lot of bottom scores there. Anyway, but I looked into it. So seeing, as we know, all our teams are regressing to our fantasy overlord, Ryan. So as a league, we're actually all improving, or at least our stragglers are picking up the pace.
That's good.
So this isn't, like I say, this isn't for statisticians. They would scoff at this next stat because it's not really a stat. But if you average our standard deviations over the past 6 weeks compared to the first 6 weeks, which is basically to look at the spread of scores, effectively in the first 6 weeks. So the standard deviation was 13.4 and now it's 10.7. They're just numbers, but what
So
it
they're closer
effectively
together.
means, is basically our scores are getting closer together. And another way I was like looking into it was like taking all the weekly bottom scores and subtracting them against the weekly top scores. We've seen an average difference of 49 between top and bottom, which was in the first half of the season. That's come closer together to be 40. So from all this, I conclude that we are all improving, and generally we're moving as a pack now. It's not just the stragglers. Like there was 1 week where Brandon got 100 and Durry got 29 for a 71 point gap. Like we haven't had anything near that. So we're all improving. We're all getting better together. How nice is that?
Yeah.
Love to see that.
Wow. That's so fascinating. Fascinating.
it's pretty
Fascinating.
interesting.
Yeah. Thanks,
It
Marcus.
is nice that we're all
That's
getting
great.
better, because then it's like, honestly, it's getting more competitive. Because
It
it
is.
means like there's no such thing as an easy, like at the start of the season, I would have seen like Brandon and Luke, the two guys who've beaten me. I'd be like, oh, cheering. And they crushed me. Oh no, Brandon didn't. I reckon he still got lucky. Yeah, Luke crushed me. You know?
Yeah, it's
the
great.
stats.
It's making the league so interesting, and it's breathing life into it, which is good. Let's move on to the Wheel of Fortune. Speaking of breathing life into things, this has been an incredible addition to the Titan 15 and Milady League. We've really loved the Wheel. We've had 2 weeks of feature matches, and both times, I think it's fair to say, the Wheel has thrown up a massive upset. We had Brandon taking down Marcus, and then this week we had Lee taking down Brian. So we're excited to see who the Wheel will land on for game week 13. But before we spin, some housekeeping. Last week, Brian and Lee were the feature match, so they can't be selected again. And their upcoming opponents cannot be selected. Their upcoming opponents, the Paxton boys, Parlay and Nikolai, you sly dogs. You're getting away with it this week.
They slink away.
So Brian Lee, Parlay, and Nikolai cannot be selected by the Wheel. Sam, as you know, the guest on the pod gets to choose a prize or punishment to add to the Wheel. What have you selected for us?
So I've gone for a classic one. So the winner will be able to post anything they want onto the loser's Facebook up for a certain amount of time. Haven't really figured out how long that is, but yeah.
It's going to be decent enough time. That sounds good.
Yeah, I like
I'd say
it.
3 days. 3 days.
3 days. I was going to
3
say.
days.
All right.
24 hours.
Okay, 24. Yeah, 24 hours. Okay.
24 hours.
All right.
That's rough. Okay, I'll add that to the Wheel. And we're going to cross live to the Wheel of Fortune right now.
All right.
Okay.
Bloody hell.
So before we spin, Tom, Marcus, Sam, who do you think the Wheel will land on tonight? Tommy, who do you think the Wheel's going to land on?
It'll land on Bailey.
You picked him last week.
Yeah, I know. It'll land on Bailey.
Eventually it's going to come through. I don't know. I feel like it'll land on Durry.
Yeah, all right. Sam, what are you vibing?
All right.
Oh. I was thinking Durry as well, not going to lie, but
Yeah.
I reckon Durry or Baker.
It's just a sense
put
for
my
it.
hand in both pools. Yeah.
Okay. I would love to see it land on Lucas. That would be really fun. He's 0-2, and he cannot afford another loss. So we'll just add a little bit of extra pressure there. So
He cannot afford a post in the Barker teachers group. He's,
Oh, true.
he's crabs.
Get him fired.
Yeah, about it. Him wanting to quit.
All right, here we go. Counting down 3, 2, 1.
It's really cool how like it's spinning in the background as that's happening.
Here
No,
we
let's go,
here we
Durry.
It's gonna
The
be
Durry?
Bailey.
Oh, it's going to be on me. Oh, no. It's going to be on me. Or Baker.
Baker, dude.
Baker.
Daniel.
Or me.
Oh,
All right.
oh, what a winner.
No.
Oh.
No, that could be good, man.
Who am I versing?
You're versing. Hang on. You are versing
Oh.
Brandon.
Brandon
Ooh,
again.
Brandon again.
Oh, because
He
it
gets
was 2
another
weeks
spin.
ago.
Oh, let's go beers.
The
We got
wheel,
more
has got,
beers.
the wheel has got something going for Brandon.
Yeah, he got close to getting a beer. Maybe it's this week he'll get the beer.
Oh, man. I'm nervous now. Okay, so running through the prizes and punishment, armpit wax, beer if the winner's by 10 points or more. Affirm me. Marcus will send a message each day. Team reveal. The
I think
loser
that
has
one.
to do that. Beer sabotage, which was Brian's from last week. And then the Facebook takeover. Oh, I'm a bit worried about that, Sam. Okay, I would love it to land on team reveal or affirm.
Yeah, you want the lame ones.
That would be nice. But
Yeah, no, we
let's
want
see.
the good ones.
Let's see.
Let's go
Here we
beer.
go. Here we go. Come on, affirm me. Team reveal.
Beer.
Affirm me. Affirm.
It's beer, dude. It's on
I'll
beer.
do beer.
It's cutting
Armpit
out.
wax.
wax. Yes.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
Armpit
no,
wax.
it's beer. Oh, it's armpit wax.
I've got a fair
That's
bit
actually
under
Love
good.
this.
I don't know. Yeah, does Brandon? Brandon might.
Oh,
I reckon
man.
Brandon
Armpit
does.
wax.
I think he's real bushy.
Brandon's a yes,
All right.
hairy Chilean.
And this is a guarantee. There's no points limit on it. It's definitely
Yeah,
happening.
it's definitely happening.
That's awesome. Oh man, this is really good.
Yeah,
This is what we needed.
yeah, that's amazing.
All right, so the wheel has decided that the feature match this week is me versus Brandon again.
Love that.
Oh.
That's awesome.
And the prize or punishment, this is a punishment on the line, is the armpit wax. So the loser out of me and Brandon, you're getting your armpit waxed. Doesn't matter about the score, the loser, armpit wax. Maybe Brandon, we can have a gentleman's draw and be done with it.
Yeah, and it's got to be deemed worthy by the community, by the miladies.
I've got a
Is
fair
it
bit of
both
armpit hair going on. I don't know what Brandon's sporting. Brandon, get in the chat. Post what you've got underneath. We want to know what.
Yeah, send a photo. Send
Yeah.
pics. Nah, man, that's going to be pretty good.
Fantastic.
I reckon
We're
it'll be
looking
fun.
forward to it. Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. Marcus, over
Really looking
to
forward
you
to it.
now for our Meet the Manager segment.
Yeah,
Get to
I'd
know
love to. Nah, cool. All right, Sam. Great to have you. Great hat. It does actually real flattering on you, on your big bushy
Thank you.
eyebrows, just hanging over there above your little
Yeah, man.
pods.
My
You're saying
hair's just
before
a
the
bit of a
pod,
shambles.
you've been what?
No, my hair's just a bit messy right now, so just have the hat on. So good.
Oh yeah.
Well, it looks real neat right now. No, you were saying before the pod that you just finished your exams. So,
Yeah, finishing on Wednesday.
So has that had any impact on your FPL turnaround?
Not really. I've had a pretty chill uni term. On those that are trimester grind, so I've only done 2 subjects. So I've been
Oh,
pretty
nice.
relaxed. Yeah, it's been alright.
Yeah, you seem extremely relaxed right now.
I am
You-
quite relaxed. Yeah,
Perpetually just floating through life, just having a nice time.
yeah
Do
just relax, have a good time.
Were you just relaxed about beating Tom this week?
Oh yeah, that just came naturally. It was just the flow of things. No,
Yeah, it
that
just
was quite a tight game. Tight matchup.
No, it was good, man. Like, it's just the usual now. It's not particularly exciting, not particularly joy provoking. It's just the norm. Like,
Sam
you
wins.
just win FPL matches now.
Yeah, it's been 4 weeks in a row.
Wait, have you won 4 in a row?
4 in a
Yeah,
row.
4 in a row. I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is the new big 4. This is the big.
It's a big 4.
Well, you got to be one never. It's like the old guard is gone.
Well, Lucas.
It's all new boys. All
Well,
it took was
I feel like on this podcast, I feel like me and Bailey get slated quite a bit, or at least I get chucked on the Bailey Mears slander train.
You do a bit.
but-
Yeah. You do a bit. Like you just kind of. Oh, Sam must be the same as Bailey. We'll just Sam's gonna lose. Like that kind of vibe. Yeah.
It's the Mears boys.
Yeah.
Mears
We're welcome
boys.
to
It's probably
go to
unfair. It's unfair.
you want to break away from that.
Oh no, I feel like I'm being a bit harsh on Bailey here, but no,
Wait, you can jump on the slight train right now. The
no, I
Mears-
don't want to slander him.
No. No, that's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of what? Like in terms of everyone just assuming that you're not going to be good at fantasy
Oh,
or
I think there
as
was
a person.
there was a comment on the podcast last week. I think it was either on the podcast or in the chat or something. And I was like, "Oh, who do you reckon's going to come bottom two?" And it's like, "Oh, it's got to be the Miz boys."
Oh,
And
Brian
I was
said
a bit
that.
hurt
That's
by
what
that
Brian
one.
said.
Yeah, I
Brian
think
did
I
say
Brian
that.
said that. I was
Oh,
a bit cut
horrific,
when he said
Brian.
that. That's all right.
But you have the right of
Yeah.
reply right now. What do you have to say to him?
What's his form like right now? Has he? Is he?
He lost to Lee. He
is
lost
he
to
the-
Lee this
He
week.
lost to Lee.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that speaks for itself, I reckon.
it does.
Yeah. Are you implying that Lee would be in your bottom two?
Oh no. Actually, I think Brian got a higher score than me this week anyway. But yeah, it's
Doesn't
all
matter, man. You got the 3 points.
right.
No, but that's like, I know what you mean. People probably have set up these, like, what do you call them? Like caricatures of what each player and
Yeah.
each person is like. Particularly because, not everyone's met each other. And, like, we're just basing it on, like, I don't know. It seems like when you put yourself out there in the chat a bit or you, like, appear on the pod, you generally will get more, you'll get roasted a bit more.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah, I'm fine with it. I'll take it on the chin.
Mm.
well, you won't need to be taking anything on the chin anymore because you're the new
Yeah.
you're the new top four, the new big four,
How
as
good.
Parlay would put it. No, but well, no, yeah, you said it was like it's been your first year playing it. Have you found it stressful at all? Have you just found it fun? Do you think about it much?
I do. I have moments where I think I'll have the app open for like a good while, just mixing up the team, looking at transfers, scrolling through the list, looking at players. And then I like sort of won't touch it for a couple of days. And when the game week comes up, when the matches come up, I'll pick it up and be on the edge of my seat most of
Are you one of those guys?
Nice.
Are you one of those guys, Sam, that like would like try lots of different transfer options, see what your team looks like, and go, nah, reset, and then like try.
Yeah.
all the
I'll
time?
do that,
Yeah.
and I'll like screenshot it for later, and then make another team, and
Yeah.
so just keep them in mind. Yeah.
You know you're
Yeah,
addicted
nice.
to FPL when you look at your camera roll and it's just screenshots of your
Different team.
Yeah. So
And when the screen, but then doesn't that mean that you'll look back, you'll be going back through last week's camera roll, and you'll be like, if only I'd stuck with this one iteration of my team.
You never look back at them though.
Yeah.
You screenshot it and actually forget it. You don't go back.
Yeah.
yeah.
Depends how happy you're feeling about that week. You want to feel extra sad, just go back, look through that camera roll.
So
I feel
what
like I
about-
haven't had too many moments like that with regretting transfers. I don't think so.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, not really. Yeah.
Speaking of Bailey though, Sam, do you guys talk about FPL at home? Do you talk about it at the dinner table? Is your dad aware of the situation involving beers owed?
I don't know if Dad knows about the beers though. He knows we do talk about fantasy quite a lot. Especially on when like games are being played. We'll be talking about it a lot of the time. It's good. It's good to have another FPL member in the household to talk about it with. Yeah, it's good. Should
We
get
go
Dave
for
Mears.
3 next year. We could go for 3 members of the household.
Yeah. I'll see if Dad wants to get involved. That'd be cool.
I was talking about your mum, but either.
Okay, yeah. Get into it. That'd be funny, actually.
Yeah, well, but like, it just reminded, sorry, random, but what Lee posted in the chat about being like, I haven't looked at my team and 3 of my guys are injured and I still won. Like, I love that. That's what I like about head to head. The fact that it doesn't matter like what you do, and you can still like dominate it.
Like the week where Aston Villa and Newcastle didn't play, I like transferred in Grealish, and I'm not even kidding. Like probably an hour later, they announced the Newcastle thing. And I was just like, I think I ended up winning that game week, but I was just like, I was just like, it's what's done is done.
Happened. Yeah. Tom, you had a question?
Yeah, Sam. Important question. Let's say on the wheel, in the future one day you get picked for the feature match, and then you land on the beer sabotage, and you win the game, and you've got to put a body part in someone's beer. What's your go-to body part?
Oh,
That was a really important question.
Top 5.
top 5 body parts. So
Yeah.
go through all. Where do I put it in? Like, can I
In
go
top
off
of
somewhere more private to put stuff in the beer, or
Ooh,
does it have
That's
to
all
be
the
like?
answer we need, man. That's all the answer.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I was
think that
thinking about
answers
this.
it.
I was actually thinking about this question all week, Tom, after Brian suggested it last week.
Like, what if you like put your nose in and like snort some snot out? Like, could you do that?
I think the worst is
Tongue.
taking off your sweaty sock and putting your foot in.
Oh yeah.
Foot would be yes.
My feet are a bit dirty as well.
Foot should be on. That'd be good.
Far out. That would actually be rough ass. What would you do? What would you do, Sam?
I don't think I'd go as far as what I was insinuating earlier.
No, no,
But
no.
I don't want to make someone go through that. I reckon like a foot would be quite gross. I reckon that'd be up there. Maybe like it has to be something that can go in the beer. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
can't like
There's only a few
Yeah.
options. There's like
it's
nose,
quite
ear,
limited to your
fingers.
appendages. Yeah.
You could scrape out some of the stuff in your belly button. And
Yeah. Oh, well, what are the
That's-
rules with fingers? Like, could I accidentally like run my fingers through like
Chili.
something gross and then put it in the
Oh,
beer,
well,
or is that cheating?
Well, it's up to you. You're the winner for that week. You can choose what you want. No, would there be any? Let's say you're on the losing end of that, and you have to cop it. Would there be a limit to when you'd be like, "No, I'm not doing that"? Or are
Well,
you
no,
game?
I'll crumble to the pressure if someone does that. I'm like, I'm not gonna.
I'm a
Yeah, I'm
sucker
not
for
gonna
peer
take the
pressure.
forfeit. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually really handy to know when we need to peer pressure someone into doing something. Well, so I just remember, Sam, early on when we were starting to play the league, I was advocating to kick one of the Mears boys out.
It was. That's
I want to
right.
retract that statement, and I get carried away when I'm not connecting to a person, talking to them, and when you're just a non-responding member of the chat, bro, it's so easy to just chuck anything under the bus. So
It's so good.
retracted,
I feel
and
like.
Yeah, you feel like what?
Oh no, I feel like I've become more vocal in the chat as of recent, which is
Yeah.
contributing a bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand, and I forgive you.
I love that.
That's awesome to hear. That's awesome. We get this on the pod.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
very very Christmassy. Nah,
All right, Sam, I'm just going to quickly run through your team. And, we wanted to have you on the pod earlier, Sam, because you smashed it in one of the early weeks. We couldn't
Yeah.
get you on, but you've won 4 in a row. So you're a manager that people should be listening to. So let's run through your team and hear about your transfer and captaincy plans for this coming game week. In goals, you've got Martinez. In defense, you've got Robertson, Neco Williams, and Dallas. In midfield, you've got Son, Salah, Romeu, your hero, Grealish. And then up front, you've got Wilson, Kane, Calvert-Lewin, and on the bench, you've got Kilman, James Rodriguez is still there, and Mitchell. So, Sam, what are your transfer plans and captaincy plans for this coming game week?
I reckon Rodriguez has got to go, in my opinion. He hasn't been performing. He's got that little yellow triangle next to his name every single game week.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I feel like he's got to get out of there. I'm very tempted to bring back Foden. I had him for a bit. I got rid of him, but I just love the man so much. I kind of want him back in my team. I think I need to work on my defense as well. I feel like Robertson's the only one who really gets points. Dallas performs sometimes. Neco Williams has been alright as well, coming off the bench. But Kilman has not been getting me any points, so he's definitely going to be coming off. Maybe for like a Chelsea defender, probably they're doing pretty well, getting clean sheets.
You got 1 free transfer or 2?
I've got 2. Yeah,
Oh,
and I'm
perfect.
I had a couple of different lineups. Might need to take a -4 to get the amount of points, but yeah.
Who would you captain this week?
I don't think I'd captain. Oh, the problem with my team is I have quite a few Liverpool and Tottenham players, and they're versing each other, so that might be a bit of a problem. West Ham's versing Burnley at home, so captaining Grealish might not be a bad idea.
But Grealish plays for Aston Villa.
Oh, sorry. Aston Villa is versing Burnley. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I might captain him. Yeah, might end up just still captaining Salah, Son, or Kane, but yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, I like it. I think the plan to Foden isn't a bad shout. He had a rest over the weekend, and it's only a short turnaround before their next game. I think he could do all right against West Brom. But yeah, trying to get some City players in there before their run, or even Chelsea would be a good idea. I think KDB is a good option.
Yeah.
If you want my advice, and apparently not many people do in the chat, but
I think everyone says they don't, but everyone secretly just like hangs out for you to suggest something to someone else so they can take it.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
my advice this week is that the two best captain options are Bruno Fernandes and KDB. And at the moment, you have neither of them. So
Yeah, no, I don't know about
if
that.
I was in control of your team, I would be trying to get at least one of them in and captain them.
Yeah. I'll have a look at that.
Looks
Look
good.
at that tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. I don't mind the Foden shout. Well done. Thanks, Sam. All right. Tom, we love this. We love your previews. Over to you for our Game Week 13 preview.
Awesome. So game week 13 is going to be big. First up, we've got Geordie against Bailey, the two cellar dwellers. This is this game, who knows if this game is even going to go ahead? They might have to forfeit. One of them might have to forfeit. But nah, I think.
Wait. That should be an option at the start of the 5-week period that we'd be like, okay, you can sacrifice. You have to pay 3 beers, but
You can
2
forfeit.
beers.
Oh,
But you
yeah.
can forfeit the whole thing. Anyway, continue.
Why
That's
would
funny.
anyone choose that, though?
Because they might
Then
lose
they
5.
might not get -4.
Or -6, yeah. -4, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, so that they forfeit a whole 5?
Yeah, let's be like, all right, straight up, I'm paying 2 beers, and then they might come last, but they only owe 2.
This
Yeah.
is just quickly, Tom, on this fixture between Bailey and Geordie, this is a blessing for Bailey because
Oh,
if
it
he
is.
wins again here, and this is a very winnable match,
Yeah.
Bailey 2 from 3,
Yeah.
he could get in the beer receiver zone.
It
and that
could
would
be there. Yes,
So,
that'd be
Go
good.
Bailey against Geordie. Come on, Bales.
Yeah. Next we got Perrin against Sam. I think Sam's gonna win. Curse of the pod. Damn.
But Sam's a good guess, though.
Sam's a good guest. Yes, he's our good guest. Sam's in good form. I think he's going to beat Perrin. I think it's going to be close, but I think Sam wins. Then it's Battle of the Toms. I'm against Tom Job this week.
Ooh.
It's been a long
Oh,
time
the Toms.
coming since I played Tom Job, but I'm gonna crush him again this week. He had it 70 2 weeks ago, then a low score this last week, but I think I'm gonna crush him with this this coming up game week. Then we got Lee against Nikolai. Very interesting. I think Lee had a good win against Brian. I think Lee's going to back up again, have a good win against Nikolai. Lee's going to be in the beer receiving zone for the first time ever at the end of this game.
Four guys, red flag.
No,
Yeah. Then we got 2 heavyweights, total score
Four men.
heavyweights, Lucas and Daniel. That's going to be huge. I think
That's a
Daniel
massive game.
It is,
That's a
it is.
massive game for Lucas. Oh,
It is, dude.
man.
Lucas does not want to go 3-0 like he did. Isn't it funny? Last game week, I think his third game was against you, Ryan.
Oh, he lost 3 or 4 in a row. Yeah.
When he needs to have a win, he's up against the big guy. I think he's
Yeah.
going to lose again. I think Daniel goes hard and wins again.
Lucas's fixtures. Oh, he's
Yeah.
having a rough go.
Yeah. Then we got Marcus and David Murray. Oh, Marcus, what do you think?
I don't know.
David
All the
Murray's in
heavyweight.
good form. I'm going to say Marcus is going to go lose 4 in a row.
Oh.
I reckon I got this one.
No. Yeah. Then we got Parlay against Brian. Now I can just imagine when's the lockout?
Wednesday morning.
Yeah, Wednesday morning. Parlay will have some racist name. Do something with Korea.
That's the prediction.
That's
No
not-
other
that's a-
prediction.
That's a bold prediction. But I think Brian bounces back after losing to Lee and beats Parlay this week. Pretty
can
easily,
almost-
actually.
You can almost imagine, Tom, what's going to happen Wednesday morning. We'll wake up. Parlay's got a racist team name. He's made 3 predictions about how Brian's going to flog him, and then 2 hours later, he's got his erratic prediction.
He's got an email from the Home Affairs office. Then we got Ryan against Brandon. Another
Oh,
two.
the feature match.
Yes,
Picture match.
bro. Okay. Let me think now. No, Ryan's going to win, and poor Brandon is going to have to walk to school the next day with
School's out. He's got his summer bod ready.
Oh, school's finished. What am I talking about? He's gonna go. He's gonna have some sore armpits. Brandon, sorry, I'm gonna say it.
Oh.
Sore armpits. Then we got Luke against Simeon. Luke with the team name Zadkovic Free Kick. That's a good name. I think Luke's flying high. He's going to keep winning, I think, and he's going to beat Simeon pretty comfortably. Luke is going to be, Luke's in pretty red hot form at the moment. But that rounds out game week 13.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, Tom. Some great fixtures to look out for. We want to stress that the deadline is going to sneak up. It's Wednesday morning, really early. So make sure your teams are good to go on Tuesday night. Pretty much from now through to the end of January, we're going to have game weeks popping up left, right, and center. So make sure that you stay involved in the chat, and we'll make sure that we give you as many heads up and warnings as we can moving forward. So get your teams in, ready for Tuesday night. All the best, except for Brandon. I hope you suck, Brandon. And hopefully you'll see these bad boys next week.
Bloody hell.
See ya.
There you guys.
See you later.